5 candidates running for the position of full-time officer for GSBL and Human Sciences. So let's start with question 1. In 1 minute, please introduce yourself, stating your name and position you are running for. Talking points would be what you study, what you decide to run, what you bring to the table, what experience you have, and main points from your manifesto.
Hello, my name is Margarita Damai. I'm running for the position of the student officer for the Law, Business and Human Sciences. I am a foundation year student. I'm studying for biomedical sciences. Currently, I'm a student representative. I am the president of the EU and international student societies, and I'm also the secretary of the Science Society. My motivation to run for this position came from my experience as a student representative. Engaging in this position, being a student representative, has made me more aware of what students are struggling. And I try to understand them, because in such a difficult situation, everything is much more different. We have to face the pressure of the studies and also a new lockdown, which is really placing our mental health in great pressure. But also, I mostly understand the EU and international students. I'm an EU student by myself, and I know what it means to face the language barrier and also adapt with a new lifestyle. But because of this pandemic, none of us had this possibility to engage, to meet each other face to face. And this also led me to run my own society for the international and EU students. And I believe that I know a lot of what has to be different and how I can really help you, because I have been able to help a lot of students as a student representative. And I am really hoping that by being able to win this position, I could be able to help you even more. So I want to be your voice. I want to support you. I want to lead you towards your success. My motto is together towards success.
Hi everyone, my name is Vaidehi Apte. I'm a final year student of MSc Food Science and I'm very determined to stand for the role of full-time student union officer for two schools, that is School of Human Sciences and Guildhall School of Business and Law. I've been a part of the student union since day one, as I was elected as a student representative of my class. It was at that time that I discovered my leadership qualities, and then there was no stopping me. I went on to become an active member of the student council, where I heard the problems faced by students, especially during the pandemic, and forwarded them to other lecturers and officials by acting as a bridge between the two. If I get elected, I aspire to make online learning and communication much better than it is now, and I would also work hard towards making our campus more sustainable.
Question 2. You will be elected to represent multiple schools when you will only have experience with one school. How will you ensure that you are able to represent the school that you won't have experience of being a part of?
I will ensure that I will be able to represent the schools that I have no experience, which is the business and the law school, because I'm part of the human sciences school, by closely communicating with your student representatives, as I believe that they are the first line of action. By being able to closely communicate with them, I would organize meetings every week so that we could discuss everything that really is difficult to you, what you are struggling, what it needs to be different. So I believe that by engaging more with your schools, I'll be able to gain that experience that I'm lacking, because I'm really passionate to learn.
I will ensure that I am able to represent schools that I am not a part of by networking with the students and lecturers as much as I can through virtual meetings, live sessions, and similar events. Also, let's not forget the immense power that the social media holds. It is a great way to connect to students, however far they might be. Naturally, I will be well aware about my school, but I will also try to be fully updated about GSBL as well. I can't personally meet the students thanks to the pandemic, but I will surely try to pop up in their virtual classes if the lecturers permit me to, and organize similar events to engage with them as much as I can.
Question 3. If the university decided to do something you were against, what would you do and how would you approach this?
If the university decided to do something that I would be against of it, then the best thing that I would do was to approach this into a very respectful and mature manner. I would try to openly explain to them why I think that this decision is wrong by argumenting it, providing evidences and supporting them, by doing the best to provide us and provide you, after all, with what you need. So I believe that the best approach is diplomacy, as communicating clear and politely is, after all, one of the most strongest points that a leader can have. So I believe that this is the best approach that I would follow.
If the university decided to do something which is against my principles, I will not say no straight away, as I will look into every possible scenario and its consequences, and then consult with my colleagues and other officials before taking a decision. I believe that the officials who are senior to me are much more experienced and must have taken a decision after thorough brainstorming. I would totally respect their ideologies and mold myself in a way that the university is benefited by it, because that's what matters at the end of the day.
Question 4. What is your stance about moving to a more blended learning? And when the pandemic is over, is there a risk we will lose more face-to-face teaching?
My stance on blended learning is optimistic because considering the current situation and the new government rules, also the increase in death rates and COVID spread, I know that it is difficult, and the health of the students, the staff, and the lecturers are the priority of every university. And our university has been able to manage the situation perfectly. As a student representative, I know that this may not sound like a really good thing because I'm a student after all, and I face the everyday struggle with WebLearn, being kicked out of WebLearn, not accessing the link, going on the red, the voice of the lecturer cutting, not hearing clearly what they say. Yes, I know. This is really frustrating, and we go over this situation day by day. I receive messages every day. I try to explain them to the lecturers what is going on and try to achieve a solution for you. I know that this is really frustrating because if we were face to face, none of this would have happened. But just consider and reflect what would happen if we would be face to face. Our health would be vulnerable after all. So I believe that online learning is the best solution that could be found into this situation. But I'm really optimistic that we would do face-to-face learning one day. Believe it or not, I've never been on the campus, and I'm as much excited as you to be there. And I'm really hoping that this situation will improve. Because I think that with implementing the new scheme of vaccines, we would be able to see each other more sooner than we think. And if I get this position, I believe that we will be able to organize more events and activities.
My stance on blended learning is that it has both pros and cons. The disadvantages are that if it is not planned and executed successfully, it may create a hindrance in learning as it strongly depends on technical resources. But in my opinion, it definitely has more advantages, like having a second option of online studying if we are unable to come to the campus due to some reason. Also, it saves a lot of time of traveling, getting ready, etc. Almost everything can be found online, and almost everyone can be connected through different modes if we need any help. Last but not the least, it saves a lot of money.
Question 5. If you could change one thing at the university, assuming resources and time were not a problem, what would it be?
If I would change something at the university, it would probably be engaging with activities. This is just my first year in London Metropolitan. I don't know how the life at the campus is, and I'm pretty sure that the university organizes a lot of activity. I know that there are a lot of sports societies which do the best to entertain the students. However, During this lockdown situation, during this online learning, I haven't seen um, an opportunity for the student to express themselves. By this I mean, most of the students on my course are really talented. They like to sing, they do amazing masterpiece, art is their hobby, and none of them had that opportunity to express its passion, to exhibit its creation. I know that this is difficult because it's an online thing, but being able to engage and to promote the passion of the students will only influence their determination to study even more. And because of mental issues have increased alarmingly during this situation, trying to engage more with the students, trying to make them more happy, to release the pressure of the lockdown and the pressure of the studies that they are facing, in my opinion, would be the best solution. So yeah, I think that this is what I want to change at our university during this period.
If I could change one thing, I would want to make our university plastic free.
Question 6. The London Met demographic is one of the most diverse in the country. How do you propose to cater for everyone's needs?
As the London Met demographic is one of the most diverse in the country, I would cater for everyone's need by regularly sending emails every week so that I could engage more and I could ask you more about your performance. What is going wrong? What do you want to be different? Are you happy? Are you content? Is there something that makes you feel not comfortable with yourself? I would also provide links, and I know that it would be difficult as this would make me even more busy, but you would be my first priority. I will try to organize and to provide links when we could together arrange a meeting and we could clearly talk with each other. I could provide um, speaking sessions together. So I think that this would be really good to cater everyone's need, because everyone has different viewpoints for life and would be facing different difficulties in the future. So I have to implement different schemes for each of the students. Also, I believe that I would work really closely with the BAME, international, religious, LGBT plus societies, because I know that they are home to the most diverse background, and I will try to engage more in learning the overall population of London Met, to know its demographic distribution, so that I could be able to organize more events for you, try to engage more, and make you feel happy so that you can be confident and express yourself.
The London Met demographic is one of the most diverse in the country with 147 distinct nationalities to be precise. I would cater for everyone's needs and problems by not sympathizing with them but by empathizing with them. I could totally relate with all the issues the students might face, however big or small, because I myself am an international student. I will try to personally help them by showing them the correct path or the correct person whom they can contact for their personal issues. Being from India, which is one of the most diverse countries, we've been taught to respect and value all other religions, castes, and societies no matter what. That's what I will be implementing at the university as well.
Last question, question 7. If you were a fruit, what fruit would you be and why?
If I were to be afraid, I would definitely be a passion fruit, because it is a hardy fruit and it can grow very well in high altitude. This means that I'm very ambitious and have the required determination for this position. Similarly, I thrive under pressure. I can reflect on criticism and try to improve myself by reflecting on it and provide the best solution for you. From my name, you can understand that I'm very passionate. I enjoy taking new responsibilities. I treat them as a challenge and do my best to finish and complete them with the highest quality that it can be. I enjoy socializing, making new friends, because you know that as a fruit, I'm very sweet from the nature. So I can be very kind, respectful, and sociable. I can perfectly work in a team, respect others' opinion, and also promote others.
If I were a fruit, I would be a grape as it defines unity and attachment to a community, and also it looks good in a whole bunch. But it still has its own value when left alone on the vine. Not only that, it may even outshine others by being sweeter or even better than the rest. Grapes also signify my slogan, which is United we stand. So please choose me as your number one preference, and I will make your problems my number one priority. Thank you.
On behalf of London Metropolitan University Students' Union, I would like to thank all of our candidates for participating in the SU 2021 elections. Best of luck in the voting week, and thank you for the team as well for putting this together. Don't forget to cast your vote on the London Met SU website from Monday 1st of March to Friday 5th of March. Results will also be announced on Friday 5th of March. You can follow us for all the information and important updates on Instagram and Twitter at London Met SU. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.